So let's take a look at Sunny Lenarduzzi's amazing lead magnet. And basically, this is a 17-page document that she's releasing for people to join her email list. And so it's a very good case study of how to create really good value so that you can build your email list, which is what I'm teaching in my email marketing course. So let's take a closer look at it. All right, so 10 steps to scale your skill set and your impact without trading time for money. Okay, so this is good. This is the cover page. Let's take a closer look. So she's introducing herself. This is something that everybody should do. Wow, this is a hospital bracelet, and this is who she was. So she had a severe burnout. It's always good to share authentically your journey so people know that you're a real person, and anyone can replicate her results. So it's good to share authentically your journey. All right, so before, after. So this is before. What is that? All right, so this is before when she was really busy. Before and after screenshots always very, very good. Here you can see that she has time freedom, just a morning call and an afternoon call here, which really sounds great. You need to give your prospects and customers a vision of what the transformation would bring to them. Like, how would it change their lives exactly? Here she's focusing on time freedom, but you can put a before after picture, like what she calls zero to hero, who the target customer is right now, maybe overwhelmed with too many things to do, and after that the prospect is traveling all over the world, spending time with family and friends. So it's a very good way to position your solution. So here she's clearly identifying the problem where people are providing content online, and I see this often online, content that is too broad. I myself am a victim of this cardinal sin where I'm providing a lot of content, but I'm not making a lot of money, and so I should be more specific. Now, since I'm a professor and I'm interested in all kinds of ideas and projects, I could have several projects, but each project has to be specific and specifically designed for an audience, a target market. That's how sales occur. So this is the old way. Broad niches, confidence coach. Here it's much more specific, millions of micro niches. This is similar to my idea of how careers are changing today. Like in the old economy, you had one career, and it's a big career that could last like 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and you're focusing just on one linear career. Like it's just one. But in the new career definition, it's more like a portfolio. So it's not a linear path, it's a portfolio of many micro niches that you're serving. So for example, I can be teaching email marketing, and even within email marketing, I could be teaching email marketing to coaches, email marketing to freelancers, email marketing for entrepreneurs. So those would be micro niches. And of course, I'm not just teaching email marketing, I'm also teaching project management, computational thinking. I'm teaching other stuff, including sales. So that those would be micro niches, and for each micro niche I would have a solution. And of course, somebody might say, well, Peter, aren't you supposed to focus on one niche? Yeah, well, in the old days, because it was so capital intensive, you should focus on just one broad niche. But with artificial intelligence and digital marketing, the new technology, smartphones, etc., it's more feasible to focus on several niches at the same time. Anyways, that's my theory. All right, so what is the formula for identifying? By the way, her entire lead magnet could become an app or several apps that I can create to really teach people exactly what they need to know, because this, strangely enough, this ebook is the old way, right? Ironically, the new way would be for Sunny to create not just one ebook, but maybe 10 or 20 different ebooks, and each ebook would target a specific niche. Well, anyways, that's just my recommendation to her. So what is your career expertise? What do people ask you for help with? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, what is the skill? What transformation have you created for yourself? This is really, really important. Look at your life. What have you been able to change about you? Like, even if it's a small change, but it actually improved your life, then it's a good place to start. In my case, it could be calligraphy. I learned calligraphy when I was, I think, 12, and it really changed my life. I learned AutoHotkey, which is a script programming language. And so today I can teach Python because I know the basics of computer programming. And so, yeah, focus on how you have been able to improve in your life. It's really not possible for you to have lived like 20 years without having changed something significant about yourself, your habits. So focus on that. It doesn't have to be a skill that is officially recognized. It doesn't have to be an expertise that people recognize that you have. It can be just something personal. Like, for example, you change your diet and you lost 10 pounds, 20 pounds. That is very good. Actually, that's what I did last summer. I lost 10 or 15 pounds in 1 month. No, 2 months. And so I could teach people how to do that. So if you rewrite the story of a life and position yourself as the hero, how would that story go? Okay, that's good. Okay, moving on. So here she's providing a case study. That's always good. Okay, that doesn't seem to be a lot though. Wow. And she generated, wow, 50K in 6 months. Wait, what did she do before? Huh. Wow, that's really good. So this reminds me of Paul Graham, the former CEO and founder of Y Combinator. He says that when you start a new product, don't try to make it scalable. So in this case, you can see that Sunny helped Monica like one-on-one to achieve this kind of transformation. You have to be able to effectively transform a client's life or business, and you can only do that one-on-one, and you test your methodology, and now Sunny is able to scale up her methodology, but you got to start one-on-one with a few clients. Okay, so step number 2, the unique selling proposition. Okay, transformation is more important than information. Okay, people want information. They don't need more. I totally agree. There's just too much information out there. Like, even if I begin to sell my web apps, the web apps offer custom information, but people still need to talk to me as their coach and teacher, because people need somebody else to help them to transform. Transformation is unlikely to occur when you read an ebook, or when you're watching a video, or when you're interacting with a web application. You really need another human being to help you, to coach you, to hold your hand while you're going through the transformation. I think maybe this is the antidote or the remedy to people who are afraid of AI taking away their job. And definitely AI will take away many of the tasks that you're doing, especially if it involves information. So you really want to focus on developing skills where you're helping people to transform, because that's what people are paying for. Transformation is very difficult, not only because people need training, skills, information, resources, but because it has to do with their belief system, right? So you have to be talking to someone one-on-one to help them to, rewire their brain and modify their belief system, because most of the time people are unable to transform because of an inner obstacle. And so AI is very unlikely to unlock the potential in people, and therefore we need human beings. So one skill or one recommendation I would recommend to my former students is that focus on talking to people, helping them learn about coaching, learn about consulting, learn about interpersonal skills and dexterity. You have to learn how to talk to people and engineer that change, because it's when you change people, or when they change themselves with your help, that's when you have a big impact. And that's when people are willing to give you a lot of money, and they are also very grateful, because without you as their coach, their teacher, their tutor, they wouldn't be able to achieve the results that they want. So AI is good, but it's more like about efficiency. It's not so much about transformation. That's where I think the future is. So you want to convert them from being a zero to hero. This is good. But I think this mountain is just too abstract, and nobody really wants to be in that cold environment, right? So I think a better diagram or picture should put people like here. You can use ChatGPT or Sora to generate a picture of people who are struggling financially. They don't have a lot of friends. They live in a poor house, and here at the top, they live in a bigger house, nice cars, a family, kids, traveling. So that would be more representative, because nobody wants to climb this mountain, right? So it's not a really good picture. All right, I help blah 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 go from zero to hero so that they can. I have a different take on this, but this is just the beginning. You can modify it because your business model is probably different, but I would change it, and I would say something like, I help blah 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 to do something so that they can achieve something, like a result, and be able to enjoy something in their lives. So for example, I help people to learn calligraphy and practice calligraphy so that they can achieve mastery level, and they can enjoy self-confidence and success in life. So something like that. Okay, your transformation statement. From feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, and lost. Game plan, focusing on simplicity, fun, and support. Connection with the dog and confidence. Joy to be with. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's good too. Couples. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, it sounds like it's just talk, right? But this is like really like a mission statement where it clarifies your decision making. It clarifies your strategy making, because you know exactly where you're going. I think it was former CEO Jack Welch from General Electric, arguably one of the most successful capitalist stories of the 20th century. He said that strategic planning basically is going in one direction and implementing like hell. So the implementing like hell these days can be done mostly through artificial intelligence and automation, but the direction, AI cannot give you the direction. You have to set the direction. So these are more than transformation statements. They are the entire direction of your company, of your organization. And it's all the more important as you grow your company and you have many people working with you or under you, and you've got to give them a clear direction. If you don't have this statement, this strategic direction, then it's very hard to become a leader and to direct and guide all the stakeholders. So it's very important. It's super strategic. All right, create a scalable business model. Now, before you get to a scalable business model, you have to achieve what in Silicon Valley they call product market fit. And this is something that, unfortunately, I think that Sunny is glossing over, but this is really important. It's actually a very challenging phase where not only you have to create a functioning product, but you have to find the right market, and you have to make sure that you synchronize everything in your product so that it serves the market. And this is what they call product market fit. You simply cannot scale a business model unless and until you have product market fit. So maybe this is something that, maybe a workshop I can give to supplement what Sunny is talking about here. So not only does it have to be scalable, but of course it has to be repeatable, because you can scale with your hustling energy, but you can't replicate yourself, right? So it has to be repeatable, and of course it has to be profitable. A lot of people scale a business model, but it's not profitable, or they're losing more and more profits as they're scaling. Unless you're Amazon, of course, that's one of the outliers. They've been scaling since the beginning, but they were not profitable. But Jeff Bezos had a big vision. All right, create an outline for your curriculum. Okay, identify the zero state, identify the hero state, and list all the actions and steps. This is very good. But like I said before, it's not just the actions and the steps. People need you to be their coach. They need you to encourage them. So it's not just a matter of you telling them, okay, John, you got to take those actions and make those steps and create those habits. You have to make sure that they integrate and implement consistently, and that requires coaching. You have to really care about your customers, and that's why, when you go into business, you will transform yourself, not just intellectually, but also in terms of your ability to empathize with other people. If you just give them the actions and the steps, but you don't really care about their growth, about their success, about their transformation, it's not going to work. So maybe that's something that maybe Sunny can add later on. It's not just transforming your clients. You first of all have to transform yourself. And Sunny was able to transform herself, so she understands the mechanics of transformation, and therefore she can teach other people how to do it. And so that's why I say, when you go into business, especially this kind of business where you're helping people, it's going to transform you. So as you transform yourself, you're able to transform your customers, and vice versa. As you help them, you're going to be able to understand more about yourself. Okay, identifying your ideal client. Okay, a specific client, a specific tipping point. She doesn't really describe what is a tipping point though. Specific outcome. Okay, so nurses. Yeah, this the zero to hero reminds me of Mac Hannon. He wrote a very brilliant book. It's a bit technical, but it's about going from zero to hero, but in a business sense. So he wrote a book titled Competing on Value. It's a bit technical, but even if you understand only 20% of what he wrote, you're going to be able to benefit. So Mac Hannon. He's also the author of Consultative Selling, a great book. All right, step 5, value-based. Very good. Okay, it has nothing to do with information. It's about the transformation. Okay, so this part is a little bit vague, so let's go through it. The cost or the penalty of not having the income. Okay, what do you need to earn in your business? I don't know. This, I'm not sure about this. It's more like, after the cost, you focus on the value that you provide to your clients. Anyways, what is the average price point? Okay, so slightly above average. Okay, cost. Okay, that's the cost, so that's negative. Value. So value based, but here she talks about value, but up there she doesn't mention value. See, there's no value here. So I think that's a mistake. Right? It's not so much income goals, like it's really cost, value. What is the barrier to entry? She doesn't mention barrier to entry, so that's kind of like a mistake because it's not coherent. The value-based price, that's here, but what is the barrier to entry? I don't get this part. Is a little bit confusing. I would say, explicitly state the cost to your client so they understand what they have to lose if they don't hire you, and then focus on the value that you provide to them. So this is the value of the outcome. And then you charge a price based on that. But here she's focusing on the cost to the client. But what if the client is not in a negative situation, right? And therefore, if they don't hire you, they're not experiencing any of those costs. But if they hire you, they stand to gain like a lot of money or a lot of benefits, like financial freedom, psychological, spiritual peace, etc. So that would be more like 0 to hero. Here it's not going from 0 to hero, it's more like going from negative to 0, right? People have a negative problem, like for example the divorce, the therapy, the mental stress, emotional distress. They're going from negative to 0, but her entire methodology is about going from 0 to hero. So maybe if I were her, if I were advising her, I would maybe create 2 different ebooks. One where she's teaching people how to help people get out of a negative situation and get to peace, and then once they have peace and she can help them to develop a vision so that they can become a hero. And this reminds me of what the CEO of Mind Valley, he once taught, and I found it very interesting. He said that Mind Valley, I forgot his name, but he said that basically you have this diagram, and here you are, let's say, at peace, or you are content, or you are happy. No, sorry. So here you have a vision, and here you have peace. In other words, you accept responsibility for your life. You look at your past, your traumas, etc. You've come to terms with all of that. So if you don't have peace, you're here. But if you have peace, you're here. But having peace, a lot of people have achieved that state, maybe through becoming a Buddhist or vegetarian, or they were able to talk to a therapist and find peace with respect to their childhood, their traumas, their past relationships. So they're happy. They don't even have to be happy. They just have to be at peace, okay? But they don't have a vision, right? Here, they don't have a vision. Here, they have a vision. So they're not making a lot of money. So the people here who have a peace and also who have a vision for what they want to do in life, because life is about doing. It's not just about resolving your inner conflicts. Then they are happy and they are rich. They are here. Okay, so I found that diagram to be super useful because first of all, you want to have peace. And then once you have peace, you can clearly see your future, your vision, what is possible for you to achieve in this life. And then, you make it happen. Vision can involve money, but it can also involve the lifestyle that you want to lead. But you can't find the lifestyle that you want to lead unless you're happy first. So people have to accept that, okay, where am I now? Am I unhappy? Am I frustrated? Am I stressed? Well, this is where you are right now. And you have to acknowledge that, but it's okay because there's a path. You can become more peaceful by developing your spiritual self, reading books on spirituality. A lot of people who might be unhappy here might be a wife, might be a husband, might be a university student. They try to become rich, right, with the vision, but it doesn't work. Their vision is distorted because they don't have peace. They don't really know who they are. And this is what I call clarity in my AI keynote in 2018. Okay, so and once you have a vision, you can be there because you can have a plan to get to there. Here, the people who have a vision but who are not at peace, like I said, it's not good because they're trying to make money to fill up a hole that they have inside or to compensate for a past trauma in their childhood. So they have money, they have achieved an externally successful life, but they're still disturbed inside. And this is something that Chamath, a well-known billionaire, he confessed recently in an interview with Tucker Carlson. He said that even after he made a lot of money, and it's the same with many of his friends in Silicon Valley, he's from Sri Lanka. He said that he discovered there was something like a hole, some kind of empty void inside of him. So it was very interesting for him to admit that on camera. But a lot of rich people, they've made that mistake, and he's super smart. A lot of super smart people have become super rich, but they didn't fix what was inside of them. So I think that I'm going to try to find it, but there's a video where the founder and CEO of Mind Valley, he explains that process. You have to find inner peace inside of you, and then you become solid like a rock, like a mountain. And then you can develop a vision more clearly. And the vision will come naturally to you because when you're peaceful, you can listen to yourself, your higher self. You can listen to God or whoever is up there. It doesn't matter how you call it. God, the universe, infinite intelligence. It's gonna appear to you as a vision, and then you can go toward your vision, but you have peace already. And this happened to me in my journey. I don't want to talk about my journey now because it's going to take 2 hours, but it happened to me. I had to awaken spiritually in 2008 and discover my spirituality, my potential for ascension or spiritual enlightenment before I could develop a powerful vision. I was successful in business before, like in 2005 with my graphic design firm. We were the most expensive graphic design firm in Montreal. It was called Major Force, but I didn't have peace inside. It doesn't mean that I had a bad childhood. I mean, I had a great childhood. My parents are the greatest. My 7 siblings are the greatest. I had the greatest friends, the greatest girlfriends, the best education, etc. But even someone in my case, I was not at peace. I didn't know who I was, so I had to go on a journey. But anyways, after I achieved peace, then I could develop a vision. In 2005, I had so many projects that I'm currently implementing with artificial intelligence. But just to tell you that you got to find peace first. You got to know exactly who you are. You have to have clarity. Clarity is important. A lot of people today, they look at AI, oh, it's going to take away my job. That's not important. You're going to survive. What's important is that AI is giving you an opportunity to ask yourself, what do I believe in? What kind of life do I want to have now that I can prompt my way to any life almost? What kind of life do I want to have? And a lot of people who don't have clarity, they just want to hang on to their job. Over here, they want to hang on to their job, but that could be the worst mistake that you can make. You hang on to your job, but it's not a job that gives you fulfillment or joy. You hang on to it, you survive financially, sure, but you totally miss the opportunity that AI is giving you. Okay, anyways, enough preaching. The algorithm. I'm going to talk about computational thinking later on, but it's not complicated. We make it totally, I agree. Marketing is really selling at scale. That's how I define it. There are many ways to look at marketing, but it's just selling at scale. So like I said before, you serve and you sell one client and you make sure that it works. And after that, you can market. You can sell at scale to hundreds and thousands of clients. So who do you want to reach? What do you want to be known for? I would say, what are you 100% reliable for? Because when we say, what do you want to be known for? A lot of YouTubers, a lot of young people, they want to become YouTubers. They want to be known for being something. But can you rely on them? And that's the more important question. Now, I don't want to judge anyone, but I would not be happy with the life of Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is known for being a very entertaining YouTuber, But what can you rely on him to help you with? Nothing. Well, you can rely on him to help you to pass the time and get some entertainment, and he's very entertaining, no doubt about that. But I think that Sunny is helping people. She's like me, she's like a coach and teacher. You can rely on her to provide you information, training on how you can create your online course and become financially free. You cannot rely on Mr. Beast to do that. But once again, it's his path. I have no moral judgment about that. But you have to be clear about your method. So my method is not to be known for anything. I could be invisible and people could buy my ebooks, my video courses, my software programs, because they can rely on me to help them with everything about setting up their new business. That's what they can rely on me for, 100%. So if you want to launch a new product or new business, you can rely on me to help you and coach you every step of the way, because I basically made all the mistakes in business. After 5 or 6 startups, I made all the mistakes. There are a few mistakes that I haven't made, so I basically can teach you and help you avoid all the mistakes. Okay, who do you want to teach? I would say, who do you want to teach? Although I understand what she means. You have to reach them first before you can teach them. But for me, it's more like, who do you want to teach? Because it's getting easier and easier to reach out to people on Facebook and YouTube. So the viewer, I would put the student, the viewer, because viewer is more like for Mr. Beast, someone who's not that serious. So the students, the people who are serious about learning, you give them relevant content. I would say interactive, enriching content, etc., compelling, persuasive, dramatic content. So relevant is just the beginning. And the YouTube works, or Facebook works, or LinkedIn works. Their algorithms work for you. You generate traffic, and then you attract more students. So that would be a virtuous cycle. All right, becoming a client magnet. Good. Okay, so here she's just summarizing. This video is getting long, so I'm going to stop here and continue in the next video. But let's just finish the sales machine. You need to learn copywriting. How do you become discovered? By the way, did you notice that I've been talking for 32 minutes, and I'm leveraging Sunny's content to generate a lot of new ideas. And a lot of these new ideas will become products, will become lead magnets for me, but I'm really using her structure. Like, this woman is brilliant. That's why, like, even though I criticize her in some points, overall, because I'm a professor, I have this reflex to grade people. But overall, I would give her like an A- for this lead magnet. And so you can see that something's going on, and I call it creative tension driver. Creative tension driver means that I know that I have an audience who's going to listen to my video, and therefore this creates a tension. It's a good tension because it's like a good stress that forces me to speak in a very articulate manner, to be intelligible. So that's what I call creative tension driver. It drives me to create content, to create this video. I've been talking for 35 minutes. Without this document by Sunny Lenarduzzi, I wouldn't be able to just, well, I might, but with her guidance, her document, I'm more able to easily create video content. Okay, so the rest is 10x impact, predictable income. Okay, so this is just the arithmetics. Eliminate the competition. This is really advanced. So, I personally, I would not put all of this because it's just too advanced. Instead of spending time on this, I would rather help people with the early steps, which are difficult. And if you remember, it's about product market fit. Okay, schedule my call. Okay, that's good. So let's take a look at what's really important in her document. It's Okay, this is important. So let's go at the beginning. I can actually create a distilled version of her document, which would be more useful. So this is important. Before and after. This is important. You can serve different niches. This is important. What is your expertise? What is your talent? She doesn't mention talent. I'm not a big fan of TED Talk, though. You know, you could deliver a TED Talk. I could deliver a TED Talk, but it doesn't mean that I can teach people, because that's public speaking. It's not teaching or training. So this is good. Case study. Now, if you don't have a case study, you can invite people to become beta clients, and you can charge them a very small amount. So there's nothing guaranteed, but they're paying so little that, you know, they're gonna, and they have a pain and a problem, so they're willing to become your beta client. Now, the reason why you should charge a little for beta clients, unless you're offering a web application, is that you want to eliminate the people who are not serious and who just want something for free. So by charging like $50, you know, at the beginning, Sunny could have gotten a few beta clients. So you don't have to have a successful case study like Monica here, who made like 50,000 in 5 months. You can have beta clients so that you can test your methodologies. That's what I did with my calligraphy practice, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. I got a few clients. I charged them a very small amount, like $30 an hour, and after that I was able to develop a program where I was charging $60 an hour. So this is good. Unique selling proposition, transformation. This is very good. But then we get to a scalable business. This is too much. I think that she should have stopped here. And this becomes an issue only after you have product market fit. So, maybe one version of this document could be titled Product Market Fit, and a second follow-up document could be called Creating a Scalable, Repeatable, and Profitable Business Model. That is separate. It's a little bit like driving a car manual. You have to engage the transmission. That's what PMF is, product market fit. And after you engage the transmission, then you can press on the gas pedal. That's the scalable business model. So I think we could have stopped here at page number 7. And this is starting from page number 8. That could be a different document. Although the first document has to involve identifying the ideal client, because that's product market fit. So that's good. Value-based pricing, that's good, but I think that the pricing, as long as you're charging more than it costs you, it's okay. You don't have to charge so much. But here, she's going straight into pricing strategy where you're using the value. It's good. I guess it's good. But a lot of times, I don't mind charging for value. I've done that with universities before. But a lot of times when people start, they have negative beliefs about pricing. So I think it should be just enough to find clients who... No, then again, I have to correct myself. If you don't charge enough, then you're not going to find the clients who are serious. So here, it's not just about pricing. If you charge a high price, then for sure you're going to attract people who are enough paying to pay your high price. If you charge too low, you're going to get the clients who are not that serious, but they think, well, the price is very low, so what the heck. And what happens is that because they are not paying that much, they're not going to make a lot of effort. They're not going to focus and implement your recommendations, and therefore the client is going to fail. So by charging a high price, you're getting high quality clients. Okay, so this is way too much. It's too technical. Decode the algorithm, that's too technical. It's later on, because this is about marketing. But product market fit is really about making sure that you create a solution that fits a particular market, and that's a huge undertaking. And decoding and leveraging the algorithms on various platforms, that's another huge breakthrough that's very technical. You shouldn't go into that there right away. But I guess the reason why Sunny is covering all of this is that this is part of her program. She doesn't really want to teach you how to decode the algorithm. She just wants to show you that she's an expert, because here she's not offering anything technical. There's no technical information or no skills that she's teaching. It's just a diagram. It doesn't mean anything. So like I said, she just wants to, I think my major criticism of this lead magnet is that it's not practical. There's no worksheets. It's not a workbook. You can't write in it, right? It's just an overview. It's a walkthrough of Sunny's methodology, and it shows you that she's an expert, which is fine, but it's not a practical lead magnet. Like, after I read this, what am I going to do? Nothing. The only thing that I can do is book a call with her, and that's fine. That's her objective. But I think that a different way to go about it is to create a lead magnet where you have empty spaces where people can actually describe their solution, they describe the target market, and they explain whether it's a product market fit, and if it's not, they explain like their hypothesis and how they're gonna go out there and actually try to prove that there's a fit between their product and the market they're aiming to serve. So that would be a good practical lead magnet. But this lead magnet is just a little bit too general. Like, I know a lot about marketing, and I still find this ebook very impractical. But anyways, if it works for her, it works for her, because maybe anyways, that's I don't want to be negative here, but I would have done it differently. But if it works for her, but it just goes to show you that even when you download the lead magnet of someone who is very successful, there's always room for improvement. And if you go into those rooms for improvement, you can create a better lead magnet. And I don't want to be arrogant, but I could create a lead magnet that is even better than what she has here, in terms of providing real, practical, actionable advice. But again, that's not her goal, right? Her goal is not for you to start doing something. Her goal is for you to call her, and so she has achieved that objective. Anyways, guys, that's the video I had for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and please put down your questions below, and I'd be happy to answer them. And I'll see you in the next video.